Hi guys, this is the third time I've tried to make this video. I'm not doing particularly well here. I have a migraine, so today's release is not what I wanted to do, but it's a release, so you get something. I've just released a bunch of stuff, a bunch of soaps on the website, which is most of the monochromatic ones. There's still two that are still curing. I think 2 or 3, I don't know. Thinking is a little, you know, if you've had a migraine or even a really bad headache, you probably know how I feel right now. That light is just unpleasant. So yeah, so anyway, so I did all the new soaps. They're all sitting there ready to go. But the big one for today is this. I mean, seriously, look at that colour. For those of you who make soap, may not know, I don't know. I assume you know, but I shouldn't assume things because you know what that does. It's just a simple loaf cutter. But I wanted to make these. I was going to make them out of timber originally, but since I've had the 3D printers, I've decided I can 3D print them, and it makes them like super lightweight. This is 81 grams or something, so they're like super light, and the where you slide your loaf in is all beautifully smooth, and nothing, the plastic's not going to rot from soap like timber can if it's not treated. So yeah, so I'm a bit excited about these. Not that it shows, because I'm just yeah. I'm sorry. I wanted to make a video for you because I wanted to release something, and this, unfortunately, this is what you get. So yeah, so today we're going to do the loaf cutters instead of what I was going to do instead, which is something which I think is really cool, because it's not necessarily for soap makers, it's just for people. Because a lot of you aren't soap makers, so a lot of you aren't really interested in what I have released so far. So I thought today I wanted to, like, being the middle of the week, I wanted to release something that other people could get, but I can't think, I can't do, it's not a day, sorry, it's not a day that I can do anything productive, so I'm just going to release this because it's just sitting in there waiting for me to turn it from draft to public. And if you're interested, these are available. Now, the only caveat that I will say with these is these actually take 10 hours to print, so just be aware of that. Like, a lot of your orders take longer than that anyway. Like if you order 5 shapers, it takes 10 hours. So because they take about 2 hours each. Obviously, actually, most of them take about 2.5 hours. So yeah, so just be aware of that. That, I mean, anything you add to your order, if it's a 3D printed item, it's going to take extra time. But I mean, I've just ordered another printer. Seeing as the third one works so well from this guy on eBay, I've bought another one off of him. So we'll see how that goes. But yes, okay, so today the release is the soap loaf cutter. You can cut up to, I forgot what the measurements were. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. Just, you can fit a loaf up to 8 centimeters wide. And you can, and where your blade will sit, and you slide it down. For those of you who don't know how to use these, pretend this is either your favourite knife, one of those metal pizza dough cutters, or a cheese cutter with a wire, right? You slide the blade down here, and it cuts your soap. This makes your soap 2.5 centimeters thick, and I've also included, you can see in here there is a groove, so look at my fingers, I've been painting. Sorry. Yeah, so you whatever you use will cut through the bottom of the soap as well, so that's always handy to have that in there. If you don't have that in there, then sometimes it won't whatever you use won't cut all the way through. I have actually ordered some cheese wire cutters. I think they're about yay wide, and they would slide down like that. If they're any good, I'll order a whole bunch of them and sell them, but I had to try them for myself first, and I'm still waiting for them to turn up. So and like, you can fit any length loaf you want in here. Just because it's only this long doesn't necessarily mean you can't fit a loaf this long in it. It still will fit. It just will hang off the arse end of it. So when you push it in, you just have to make sure it doesn't flip up as you're cutting. So if you've got a say you're using the molds that the shapers are made for, they make about a 7 centimeter tall bar of soap. So that's 7 centimeters there. So your 7 centimeters bar of soap would sit about here, right? No, you can't even see that. Yeah, so if you've got a little bit on top of your soap, you're still going to be able to hit against this. If you've got a really high top soap, you're not going to be able to use this, but most loaf cutters are not much taller than this anyway, and I didn't actually want to make it much taller than this because I just didn't want to add extra printing time to it, because most people, as a general rule, don't do like piped high top soaps. They just tend to make soaps with a little bit of texturing on the top, which 9 centimeters will cover because it's 9 centimeters high, if I remember correctly. My brain may have actually worked. Yes, actually it is. So yeah, so these are $15. Yes, $15. I would have priced them a little bit lower, but because they take so long to print, they're taking time away from other prints, so they have to make their money, and I still think $15 is really cheap for this anyway. So yeah, but anyway, I don't know why I'm explaining myself to you guys, because this is what the sort of thing that I do. Anyway, alright, like I said, I'm really sorry that this couldn't be something a little bit more exciting. This is kind of exciting, but yeah, and like I said, there's half a dozen brand new soaps on the website as well, if for those of you who aren't interested in any sort of soap making tools. Yeah, and hopefully I've got through about half of what I needed to do the other release today, so hopefully I can get the other half done before tomorrow afternoon, and we'll release it then. So this just puts me a day behind, because I was just going to include this with a different day, so it wasn't supposed to get its own day. But yeah, so we probably run an extra day over after all this. So I'm super sorry that I couldn't be more sort of on the ball, as it were. But yeah, if you've had a migraine, you understand. There's things don't work in here the way they should, and I'm in too much pain, and I'm too tired, and I just cannot. So yeah, okay. So that's where we all stand at the moment. Well, good. That's good. Fantastic. Thank you all so very much for all your orders so far. You are overwhelming me. No, you're not overwhelming me. You're overwhelming me with your faith in my products. That's what I'll see. I have to shut my eyes and file through the cabinets up in here to figure out words. Because that's how it goes. I have filing cabinets in my head. Then I talk about mind palaces and stuff. I actually have a room full of filing cabinets. That's what I see when I shut my eyes. That's just my thing. Everybody has a thing. That's my thing. You're all sitting there going, Jesus, she really is weird. Yep, well, see, I'm weird normally. This is what I look like on a migraine. And I took a Phenergan, so I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow will be fabulous. What was I saying? Oh yes, thank you very much for all your orders so far. I wasn't expecting to get any orders until the end of the week, so because I figured you'd probably all be hanging on to see what was coming, and we're just going to put in orders then. So for those of you who have put in orders already, you're freaking awesome. Thank you very much. and they're all getting printed. You can probably hear my printers screaming in the background, which I noticed when I edited the last video, that I could actually hear them screaming in the background. They're not screaming in agony, that's just the weird noise that printers make. I've actually taken a video on the phone out there at night time, just how bright it is because of the LED screens and how loud it is, which I'll upload at some point. I had just forgotten about it until just then. So, but yes. Alright, so I'm going to go. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh yeah. Patreon. For those of you who join Patreon, my Patreon, not anybody's because it only works with mine. If you join at the $5 tier, you get a 5% discount code for the store. You join at the $10 tier, you get a 10% off discount code. And if you join at the $20 tier, you get a 20% off discount code to use in the store. It's a one-off. I'm trying to figure out how to make it a once a month code, but I don't know how to do that yet. So, but yes, for everyone who's a patron, you will get a code when you join, and at some point in the near future, I will figure out how to make it a thing you can use once a month. So you can just do one order once a month if you want, and you can use your 5%, your 10%, or your 20% code. So yeah, so if you think you're going to be buying, a big order, or you think you're going to be buying a lot, joining Patreon for $5 will get you 5% off. It might be worth it for you if you're going to put in I can't math. I'm sorry. I could probably math that, but I'm not very good at maths at the best of times, so I don't think I can work that out right at this minute when my head is just like a kid who's just left their Lego all over the floor, because I think that's what it's like in there right now. So, and I've managed to waffle for 15 minutes. Alright, I'm going to go take the rubbish out. Alright guys, well, I hope you like these. I hope a couple of you at least find them handy. They're great for when you're doing tops that are not even and things like that, when you can't, if you've got a proper loaf cutter like I do, sometimes you just need to cut. So, but these are also good for melt and pour as well, because you can't use a loaf cutter with melt and pour because you break the strings. So these are really great for that, to keep your soaps nice and straight. So yeah, easily distracted. Shh, that was a little loud. Alright guys, I look like I've got a hangover, I'm pretty sure. It's kind of what I feel like, but I've got a hangover without drinking. That kind of sucks. So. Alright, I'll stop waffling. Thank you very much, and I will see you tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have an awesome big day tomorrow, and I'll be back to my good old self again. So, alright. See ya, bye.